Alright, got the lube, got the chainsaw, got the nails, got the screws, got the screwdriver, got the Perel, got the band-aids. Looks like I'm ready to fix this. What else am I missing? Oh shoot, that's right, I gotta make a video. Hello Internet, what's going on? It's me, Ricardo. Yeah, it turns out I'm not dead! You guys can't kill me that easily. Anyways, guys, how's it going? Yes, I'm still alive, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to make any videos recently. Sad to say, I've ran into a few problems over the year. As you might expect, this year has been really crazy. In fact, there was a meme going around, and I'm pretty sure it still is, about how 2020 is basically getting progressively worse with each passing month, and believe it or not, that actually felt like my year. There just was one thing after another. Anybody who's seen my video that I made back in February knows exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, basically what happened is, well, after I released that whole first impressions of, I think it was, Flip Flappers, that really weird anime that, let's face it, was visually good, had nothing else. But anyways, spring break was finally over and it was time to get back into the groove of school. Yeah, despite what was going on, we still had to take classes. They were just all online now, which makes me wonder why I'm even going to class to begin with and wasting all my gas money. Anyways, well, one of the classes I was taking was a production class, and so I had to do a lot of video editing. And sad to say, my computer died again. Yeah, I know. It turns out having an integrated video card, about 8 gigs of RAM, and a 8-year-old dual-core processor isn't exactly enough to edit videos on. It's basically trying to play high-ranked gaming on a graphing calculator. I mean, it is technically possible. Let's just face it, it ain't gonna last very long and it ain't gonna look very good. And basically, yeah, that was a problem that I was having, and so for about a week I was without a computer. And so I had to rush around to scramble to find the funds to get a new computer. And when I finally did get a new computer, I had a ton of homework that I had to catch up on. Because for some reason, I guess teachers think that since you're home, you clearly have plenty of time to do homework. I mean, come on. It's not like you have any other responsibilities that you clearly have to get done. But yeah, I had to catch up on a lot of homework, which basically meant that up until the end of the school year, I was packed to the last moment. There was only a few times I had to myself, and basically that was spent, well, dealing with stuff around my house. But when I finally was done with school, still was not done. Sad to say, yeah, some of those things around the house were building up, since I sadly had to neglect a lot of it, and now that, well, I was off work for about a month, I had to deal with those, and sad to say, well, it took a long time. But anyways, I'm finally done with most of them, and I'm able to get back into editing some videos. And yes, I got a new computer to do so! Finally, after years and years of waiting and saving, I finally got myself a proper gaming computer. Yes, it's a proper gaming PC. It's got 32 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of VRAM, and 8-core Ryzen 7 processor. All the USB ports I could ever want. I can stick all the things into this baby, and she can take it. And I finally, thanks of course to the current events, was able to get myself a free subscription to Premiere Pro. Though to be honest, I think I might stick with my old one of Lightworks, just because of the fact that I'm more used to that than I am with Premiere Pro. But I did get After Effects, so that should make things a little bit easier. However, when I did get it all put together and I turned it on, there seemed to be a problem. Now, I don't know if it was because things were just going on around when in the store that when I bought it at, or maybe because these things were, manufactured in China, ground zero, or for some other reason. It seems that my computer, well, it seems that it was previously infected with something to begin with, and well, I'll just show you. It seems you see to have it seems to have caught the homo.
It's okay to be gay, let's rejoice with the boys in the gay way.
Okay, jokes aside, guys, yeah, I'm not really one way or another when it comes to RGB. I know some people really like it and some people really hate it. For me, I really don't care. I barely even notice it. I just need my computer to work. And yes, it finally works. I had to spend quite a lot on this computer, but I'm happy that it works and works really, really well in video editing. Yeah, much of the lag that I was experiencing before that basically doubled my editing time is all but gone now. It's completely smooth and I love it. But anyways, guys, yes, I'm back in the game. I'm going to be releasing some videos soon. One of the first ones I'm going to release, probably not this Friday, maybe next Friday, but even though it's not the first Friday of the month, I'm still going to release it because I need to release it already. Will be my first impressions of my first Gundam show, Gundam 00. Now, this one's very important to me because my friend Ryan really likes Gundam, and he gave me, of course, some Gundam shows, and, well, wanted to watch one. I watched one, and I won't say whether or not I liked it or not, but I will say that it definitely helped me to understand the Gundam community and have a deep respect for it as well. So that'll be one video that I'm going to be releasing soon. Another one I'm going to likely release is, of course, a slight Gundam build that I made because my friend Ryan gave me some Gunpla. And then, of course, a, well, wooden weaponry of, believe it or not, I created basically a miniature version of Crescent Rose out of wood. And I'm going to show you how to do that with, of course, that wooden weaponry video. I've got the visuals recorded. I just got to record some audio and then edit it all together. See how that all goes. But as some of you might be wondering, what about Ruby? And to be honest, that is an interesting question. I had to take a bit of a break from making Ruby videos. In fact, my Ruby Volume 6 video should have already, basically it should almost be over. I should have been finished releasing it very soon. But I haven't even begun to release it. And to be honest, one of the reasons I needed to take a break was, if you haven't noticed by now, the Ruby community is, well, it's very much like a minefield if you think about it. For the most part, you could be walking around not even noticing anything's wrong, just enjoying all the wonderful content that people are creating for each other, all the wonderful theories that they're sharing, all the wonderful ideas and stories that they've concocted. And then all of a sudden you step on one thing, you say this one thing that you shouldn't, you agree with the person that you shouldn't, you just insert something here, and all of a sudden it feels like half of the community is out to kill you. I mean, we saw this happen many, many times, basically ever since, I would have to say, as far back as 2018. And it hasn't gotten any better. And I have to admit that, yes, that can be very tiring sometimes. And it just makes you wonder, you know, just makes you wonder. And when it comes to me making and releasing Ruby Volume 6 reviews, I have some sad news about that. I really don't know how to go about it, so I'm just going to try to be plain with you guys. My reasons have not changed. From day one to now, they have not changed. I do still believe Ruby deserves a proper review. A proper review that looks at the good, looks at the bad, praises the good, points out the bad, says what you did wrong, explains why it was wrong, and maybe gives a few suggestions or two how you could have done it better. Because let's face it, there are plenty of reviewers out there who certainly hate on Ruby, or at the very least are, I would have to say, overly critical. And it's not their fault, let's face it. Criticism gets the views. People love watching videos deal with the criticism. And yes, when it comes to people praising it, oh, they most certainly love that. But when it comes to an objective viewpoint on it, it's not that they don't like it, it's that they can be very tentative on it. Because it can very easily go one way or another, overly praising it or overly criticizing it. And they certainly don't want that. They want an objective view. And I want to bring that objective view. And I think Volume 6 certainly is a great place to look at some very interesting viewpoints on Ruby. And despite the fact that, yes, the fan base is basically Schrodinger's cat, you have no idea going in if you're going to come out or not. And Rooster Teeth most certainly is going down. I mean, they already fired some of their more prominent and long-time members. Basically, everybody is up to grabs now. They could easily be gone the very next day. Some of the people that we have very fond memories of. And Rooster Teeth just does not care for right now. Or at the very least, that's what it feels like. Rooster Teeth really needs to just come out and be honest with the community. Even if it is, honesty is like, hey guys, listen, we're just here to try to make some money, okay? We really don't care. We're just here to support our families. And then we'll be like, okay, at least we now know. I mean, we're going to treat you differently now. We're not going to love you as much as we did, but we'll understand that you're there just to make content, and we're just going to be there to feed off the content. As long as you make good content, we'll be there to feed it. As long as you make bad content, well, we're going to go elsewhere. And Rooster Teeth just needs to do that. I've said that before, time and time again. I think it was back in, back with the whole Kid Vic thing, that I said that Rooster Teeth just needs to come out and say, hey, listen, we just fired this guy in order to, distance ourselves from that. If they had just said that, actually said it, not tweeted it, get rid of the whole stupid tweeting. Tweeting isn't how to help. As anybody know, when it comes to texting, guess what? I can't tell what you're thinking, how you're saying it. I can guess, but you don't want me to guess. That's where verbal communication comes into play. And they should have said that, and if they did, oh my lord, so much trouble would have been avoided for them. But they didn't. They're still not. And well, here we are. And despite all that, I still believe that RWBY deserves good reviews. Fun reviews that, again, you crack a joke here and there, but take a look at this interesting little piece of artwork that it is here. Because again, RWBY was one of the first animes that showed to me that it can't actually be legitimate art. Maybe it's not an art in the form of you can take a screenshot and there you go, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. But definitely art in the form of story and characters. Because even though both have gone downhill and are just nowhere near what they used to be, it's still good. In some ways. Some ways not. But still good. Good enough for you to spend a few times watching it. Because, let's face it, one way or another you're going to be able to watch it because it's still free. Rooster Teeth could try. They could most certainly try to lock it behind a paywall. We've seen that happen before. People lock stuff behind a paywall, and guess what happens? One man says, I will be the martyr. Pays for it. As long as he can get it on his screen, he can then keep it. And then share that with everybody. That's why you don't want to have those kind of paywalls. At least not in that kind of context. But we'll see what Rooster Teeth does. As for now, no, I am still making RWBY reviews, and I'm going to be releasing RWBY Volume 6, hopefully sometime at the end of July. I'm still working on some of the scripts, and after that's done, I'll start recording both visuals and audio, and that may take anywhere between a week or 2 weeks. It's going to be a real pain in the butt, because basically I'll be spending entire days in which I can just be doing whatever else I want, do nothing but making videos where I will have no way of getting any reimbursement from it. And I don't want any reimbursement. I love hearing you guys comment, and that's about as much reimbursement as I need from you guys. And to be honest, I don't think I'll ever need it, because the main thing is this has helped me realize that I do like video editing, I do like creating content like this, and it's pushed me to go into film and production. And because of that, well, I basically didn't need to do any homework in regards to any of my film classes so far, as I basically have already known what I needed to do. So, I guess that helped out. But anyways, yes, I'll be working on those, and incidentally, I'll also be working on I'm currently working on the video. I'm touching up on the script and doing some research. Yes, believe it or not, I actually do research for some of my videos. I just don't go blankly. While I do prefer, of course, taking what is from the actual show, occasionally I like to look on beyond what's going on behind the screens as additional content. At the end of the day, what is given us in the show is what is given to us. Nothing else matters. But I do like to look behind the scenes and just see what's going on. But anyways, the video that I'm talking about is, of course, the Bumblebee video that I promised you guys. And I did figure out what I'm going to call it. I decided. It's going to be called, Is Bumblebee Good for Ruby? And believe it or not, the answer might surprise you. I know, there's some people in the comment section right now that are screaming their eyes out because, I don't know, for some reason, one man's opinion on Bumblebee means all the world to them. Don't put too much pressure on somebody's opinion. Put pressure on ideas. Ideas float regardless. Opinions are just one man's opinion. But anyways, I'm going to be making that because, again, I really think it's important, especially since it's not the main cause. No, it's not the main cause, but it is a high factor in regards to whether or not the Ruby community is capable of getting past all this negative emotion and able to heal. If you understand where I'm getting at with regards to Bumblebees. But anyways, guys, yes, I'm going to be working on those, and hopefully I'll have them done soon. For now, well, I got to get back to editing. I hope that you all are doing well, especially during these very hard times. I mean, I've been luckily able to weather it out, and as I said, it has not been easy. This paying for this computer is most certainly going to cost me in the long run. But I'll tank it because I really needed it and I really wanted it, and I've been saving for years, I kid you not, to get this. But despite everything that's going on right now, guys, I want you to do one thing for me, okay? I want you to take a leaf from the weeaboos, believe it or not, from the anime community. Because, interestingly enough, this is one of the reasons why I love my friend Ryan so much. The anime community has this uncanny knack of looking past the negatives and focusing on the positives. It doesn't mean that they just completely ignore them. It's that they look past them. They acknowledge them, understand they're there, do something if they can't. If they cannot do anything directly, they simply focus on the positives and go from there. And that's what we really need to do right now. With everything that's going on, regardless of how it affects you, focus on the positives. Negative does not help anyone, believe it or not. I mean, all you have to do is look at some of these particular groups out there who ironically keep saying that they're for tolerance, they're for inclusion, for diversity, for love, and yet they seem to be the kind of people that are deeply lacking in those qualities. But anyways, going on with these things right now, there's one thing that I've noticed that will definitely help us. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But it's focusing on the positives. Focusing on love. Focusing on forgiveness. Because I came across this saying. It was an old saying I wrote down a long time ago when I was a kid. I didn't realize how impactful it was going to be when I grew up. But it goes like this. Anger, hate, they're very easy, very pleasurable. But at the end of the day, no one wins. Forgiveness, that's very hard. More often than not deserving. But only through it can healing begin. And that's what we need right now, healing. And it can only begin with forgiveness, regardless of whether or not the person deserves it. Because I guarantee you this, if you are able to be kind to people who don't deserve your kindness, if you're able to forgive people who in no way deserve any form of forgiveness, if you're able to love people who hate you, directly hate you, regardless of whether or not you deserve that hate, well, when it comes to people that do deserve your kindness, do deserve your forgiveness, do deserve your love, people will know that it is genuine because you are able to do it to people who don't deserve it. And well, that's most certainly what we need now. Again, it's not easy, trust me. It is not easy. As someone who, despite my happy-go-lucky nature, I can hold a grudge, is what you can say. I can hold a grudge. I can get very aggressive. But in doing so, I know that it's not going to help. It divides, it tears down, it takes what little good was left and just utterly soils it. And we can't have that right now. We need to come together. And so, how do we do so? Well, I just told you. Be kind to your neighbor, forgive those who have wronged you, and love your enemy. As hard as that may seem, as, well, unpopular as that idea may be, it's the only way that we'll begin to heal. So if you think about it, they're still people too. And there's no better story than to hear somebody who saw that they were doing something wrong and turned around. Whether that had been the villain or the hero. So right now in these times of needs, try to show some more kindness. Try to show some more forgiveness. Try to show more love. I guarantee you it's very easy to fall into just looking out for yourself and yours. It's very difficult to love. And we most certainly could use it right now. And in these hard times, I just want to encourage you guys, be safe. Be thoughtful of what's going on around you. But most importantly, understand that this too will end. And as weirdly depressing as that is, good and bad, it all eventually ends. So let's not focus on the bad as much. Acknowledge it's there, try to do something if we can, directly if we can. But understand that our words are just echoes in the wind. They do nothing to help. The only action that we really can take is an action in ourselves. To try and be better people. Ourselves. Understand that this is just flesh. This, it will change. Given 50 years, my skin will wrinkle. I will grow old. My hair will gray. And I'll realize I've wasted my life with nothing but anger and hate. And it will only bring me more sadness. And while the memories of what was good, now gone, will make me sad, it will make me sad, but also grateful that I was able to experience it. So guys, please, if not for my sake, then at least for yours, try to focus on something good. I guarantee you it's out there. Even if it's old videos that we used to watch, old shows that we used to delve into, even if it's just something as stupid as looking back at old drawings and old quotes that you made yourself. Try to find something positive, because I guarantee you, if it helps brighten your day, you can then use that to brighten someone else's day. Whether or not they deserve it. And if you do that, they may be able to brighten somebody that you never even knew of. A small candlelight can indeed light the darkness. But it starts with one person lighting it. Anyways, guys, you take care of yourselves. Be safe. Try and find some happiness. I know it's not easy, but there is some out there. We just gotta look for it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Toodles!